I lead our cloud strategy and our business for PWC, and also lead a number of our technology consulting areas for the U.S. firm. And what I'd like to talk to you about today are a couple different things, and let me set some background. Customer demand, largely driven by emerging technology that we've been discussing all day, is changing the game for organizations and businesses. Whether they're business customers or end customers, they're demanding more. And as a result, CEOs across the globe are very focused on changing their business model, and both from an internal perspective as well as how they go to market. So you can see from the results here, at the top of the list is, with this economic uncertainty and increased customer demand, the idea around changing how they run their business and the products and services that they develop and deliver to their customers is top of mind. The next question we get is, okay, that's great, but how do we go about doing that? And so we talk about 5 imperatives to moving in this direction. And I'll talk a little bit more about each of them. So, but quickly, the idea around setting a strategy and looking at how emerging technology, cloud, social, mobile, analytics can really change business models and help you innovate, both from a go-to-market perspective as well as an internal operational perspective. Taking that innovation, that innovative thinking and that strategy, and really making that real as part of your transformation. So looking at what processes need to change, what organizational structures need to change, and then do that in a way that allows you to manage it appropriately. So construct a governance model that allows you both internally and externally manage the risks associated with going through something of this magnitude. The idea of understanding, if you're going to go into a new market, what regulatory and other compliance issues exist if you operate in one industry but now are going to start to move into another. And number 4 is critically important, and I talk quite a lot about this, is this idea that what's happening to people, it's not just happening kind of out there at a very high level, it's happening to each and every one of us, the way we interact with technology. And when you start to bring that into the enterprise, and the changes that that's forcing upon your employees and your customers and your business partners, it becomes very personal and it becomes emotional. And the idea that you pay attention to those aspects of it is critically important when you start to think about something of this nature. And then, of course, getting into some of what we've been talking about today, how you leverage the key emerging technologies in moving forward in today's world is also critically important. Depending on the industry that you're in, there are different types of innovation that are important to you. The idea around driving cost or speed and efficiency within your organization in some industries is more important than outward-facing new product development or new service development. In other industries, the industry dynamic is changing so quickly, the ability to keep on the forefront of new products, new services, new ways to engage your customers is critically important. And then evaluating an organization's ability to absorb and build a culture of innovation is another important concept. So are you more of an organization that allows for incremental innovation, things that aren't going to upset the apple cart too much? Or are you, again, in an industry, or do you have a DNA that allows you to really do breakthrough innovation and set you apart from your competition? And so that idea, and you take that into, we've done, again, some of the research that we've done is what I've just talked about gets driven by a couple of different components. Again, the internal component of what type of organization you have and your ability to kind of absorb and think about innovation and change, as well as from an industry perspective, some of the research that we've shown here, it's a bit of an eye chart, but you can see there's a broad set of industries from manufacturing, financial services, technology, entertainment, media. And you look at the results of this research that we've done is, again, there are industries that are more drawn towards innovation as it relates to processes and how they run their business, because they're in industries that aren't necessarily changing at such a dynamic pace. And then there are those, if you think about technology, entertainment, media, et cetera, the idea of being able to pivot and respond to the dynamic in the market and introduce new products and services is critically important. So thinking about innovation not just from a new product perspective, but from a how do we run our business is important. And again, weaving into what does it mean with the technology that we use, what's available to us today that hasn't been available to us before.